Hello, beautiful people. How are you? I hope everybody's had a great day. Hello, Katie. Hello, J-Land. 5,000 butterflies. Earth Angel. Hello, y'all. What's up, Betty Davis Eyes? Let's get into it.
Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no fucks. If you wanna join the party, put your middle fingers up. And when the music fucking hits, you better jump, jump, jump. Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no.
Right now, 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 right now.
Hello, everybody. Oh, God damn it. Let me fix this. How you guys doing, man? Salute. I hope you guys had a beautiful day, man. It is Tuesday. What up, Queen? What up? What up? Hello, Katie. 5,000 butterflies. J Land. Appreciate everybody being in here. I love you guys. We got some things to talk about today, man. Finally, some sense has been brought into the Whitaker situation. Finally, some sense. And I mean, not brought into the Whitaker's situation, but, you know, into the whole fold of things. There's a guy that's saying kind of like the same things I'm saying, but over on Facebook. And he is also right where the Whitakers are from. Isn't that nice? And then there's another lady on Facebook related to Eric Carroll that's giving him the blues. Giving him the blues, boy. Let me tell you with it. I'm up to date on everything. Your guys are going to be up to date on everything that I know of, and we're going to react to it just as it comes down the pipeline. Let's go.
Right now, right now. I know niggas out lurking right now. I know niggas pockets hurting right now. I know niggas that got birds and brick houses. Still a catch on sixes and wipe your ass down. I know niggas out lurking right now. I know niggas pockets hurting right now. I know niggas that got birds and brick houses. Still a catch on sixes and wipe your ass down. Hoes bring hoes out. And 25 to L bring a snitch out of a nigga. A chopper with a drum bring a bitch out of a nigga. You ain't never heard about me, better ask about a pistol. I was raised in the jungle, got it straight out the mud. Where I'm from, it ain't no crips and bloods, it's just clicks and thugs. Keep a Glock clip full with slugs, and if I ever owe a nigga, better get it in blood. Ain't with that whole shit, and I ain't with that wrestling tongues. I'm cut throw bitch and kill some and go on the run. I know my time ain't gonna be long for all the shit that I done, but till then I'm getting it on, ready to accept what comes.
What's up? What's up? Good job, Earth. What's up, Twisted? Like I said, man, we're going to be giving you this information as it comes down the pipeline, you guys. I don't really like to come up here and bullshit too much, you know. But we're going to bring up Patrick went live last night to discuss the Whitakers and things that were going on over on Facebook. And, you know, tried and true, AD went and got that for you. So we got it, and we're going to react to it. This is Patrick last night doing his thing on Facebook. Do I believe Patrick? No. Do I believe Patrick tried to get them split up and all that? No. I do believe Patrick was in it for the money, though, because he said it. I wanted to make them movie stars. He said that. So let's get into it. We're gonna watch Patrick. What's up, Cuddy? We're gonna watch Patrick say what he has to say, and then we're gonna get into what this gentleman from Odd West Virginia has to say.
Hey, everybody.
figured I'd come on
Happy
here for a few minutes. I
birthday
don't know how long
to
this will be.
AD. Happy birthday to me.
Wait for a little bit more people to get on here.
Let's speed him up a little bit.
All
right.
When you had them workers to come down, people that volunteered down there to help Betty.
Yep.
Somebody decided that they would, after the day was up, somebody decided that they would go and comment on how bad the inside condition of the house was.
What did you expect, Patrick? What did you expect, Patrick? I mean, you had them come down there and clean the place. I mean, do you expect people to just like show up and then sign NDAs? No, my birthday's not today. It's the 28th, guys. It's this week though. This Sunday. But like, thank you, Katie. But like, did you think that people were just supposed to shut their mouths because they helped you? They probably were a little blown away themselves. I'll be honest, dude. When Mark first showed us the Whitakers, I was taken back, bro. I was like, wow, there really, truly are people that live this way. And I knew people lived in squalor. I knew people live in squalor, you know. I know people live filthy and dirty and like, I don't know, but this is a little overboard. And now you come on here and cry because the people what are you doing, Kitty? Like, you come on here and cry because the people that thank you, Tin. The people that you decided to let come down there. So you allowed people to come down there and you get bitched about what they say. All right. That's not very cool.
You know, I thought that, I kind of thought there were some decent people out there, but whenever you have to stoop that low to say that about somebody after people really thought that you wanted to help, that's kind of ridiculous.
You had Betty down, you had fucking BJ down there. About. Like these people came and BJ was there. Like who? These people don't want BJ there.
Be civil and respectful. Yeah, we're trying that. Betty's in good spirits. I talked to Betty.
Nope, Patrick did not help. That's why Patrick himself had people come down there. You know, he's got a broken leg and all. He's a C cup.
And Larry this morning, and I tried to make them understand that as long as BJ resides on that property, that it's not likely they're going to get any help.
Thank you very much. So he told you the reason why somebody probably did that. They probably got all the way there, helped them clean up the property, and felt a little bit fucking taken back from BJ being there helping. Straight up. Like, she was there. Move her on, man. What is wrong with you? You guys can't seem to make her leave? So you're telling us that Betty would rather have BJ there than have her family there? Okay.
I know that people don't like BJ, and you have a right to have your thought, your opinions, whatever. But I don't have no say of who's on that property and who can go to that property. That's speaking of BJ.
Who does?
I know that a notice to vacate was done on the 25th of August. So the 24th, BJ has to be off the property.
So that is tomorrow, you guys. Same day Heather goes to court, y'all. Yeah, it's Heather court day tomorrow too. I wonder if she'll get a bond reduction.
I really don't know where to go with this. It's a tough
conversation to have, especially whenever a month ago everything was just normal and everybody having a good time, and then now all of a sudden
What's up, Penny?
Chaos and people pointing fingers and the blame, but it's okay.
It's not okay.
It's just taking me a minute to grasp all this because this is just not something. I'm not a spokesperson, so BJ was evicted, Tammy Lorenz, but it's a 30-day eviction, so you have to wait on that, according to law.
What's up, dog? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all.
One thing that I do want to address on here, and I know that whenever I say this, everybody's just going to start throwing darts, which is only expected. Everybody wants to know what was Ernie Evans' place in all this.
Told us already.
Me and Ernie Evans become friends long before Eric ever come into the picture. And Ernie Evans had a guitar made for Timmy, which was really nice. And he was supposed to bring it up here and present it to Timmy. But after everything that went on,
I guess this is a guitar that I guess handicapped people can play, and no matter what, it sounds good. I guess like I think I've heard something about them before. It was quite a while ago though, so I'm pretty sure that that they can still be made, and like I don't know. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet gesture, man.
Ernie Evans has no involvement.
Why is he doing live stream?
He cares about the situation. I know that in one of Eric's videos, that he said something about Ernie Evans being involved with something about $5,000 or something like that, and that was not the case. The story behind that is, listen closely. I had told Eric a long time ago that I wanted to do a meet and greet with the Whitakers. I wanted everybody to enjoy them. Everybody loves them. Everybody enjoyed them. That's what I wanted. And I was talking.
Don't you think it's kind of like fresh for that? It's a bit fresh to do a meet and greet, isn't it? The only real good exposure the Whitakers had was through Soft White Underbelly. Everybody else that went out there exploited them. And a lot of people will say Mark exploited them too. But here's my feelings on Mark. I've said it before. He's a glass half empty, glass half full type guy. Yes, he shined a light on the Whitakers, but he shines lights on people that make it intriguing to other people that we may not see. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a city. I may never even see a Whitaker or a person like a Whitaker ever in my life. So what Mark does on a daily basis is bring the craziness out. And I think we need people like that. Mark did give them a ton of money. And Mark showed his receipts. I wish you people would leave Mark the fuck alone, man. Mark has receipts for every bit of that money he sent the Whitakers. Every bit of it.
Talking to Ernie about
I bet too,
how to get a bluegrass band to come and interact. And we were going to do this meet and greet in Camp Creek, West Virginia. And I inquired about how much it would cost to have that meet and greet. And I inquired with this bluegrass band on how much it would cost for them to come and play. And the cost of this bluegrass band, they're a high-profile bluegrass band. I'm not going to speak their name. Everybody's good at finding out stuff, so you can probably find out on your own. But it was going to cost $5,000.
Do you think
That's the only thing that's
that's trying to help the Whitakers? It sounds like that you would be charging for this meet and greet. I mean, come on. Does that sound like it's helping the Whitakers? Sounds to me like
ever been brought up
you
about
were using them.
any kind of
Drink,
money.
y'all.
And I want to get that out, and I want people to understand that everybody has went into attacking Ernie, and Ernie has never done nothing but have solid intentions for the Whitakers.
I'm not worried about Ernie.
I'm hoping that people can, I'm hoping that people will understand some things that's being said here, instead of all this back and forth and throwing darts and all that kind of stuff. So we addressed that. There's been no contact with Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray, and we're trying to figure out a route that we can go.
Bud. See, here's where this channel is going to separate itself from a lot of other channels that cover the Whitakers. I'm going to keep the cold, hard truth rolling. And the cold, hard truth and the sad truth is the Whitakers probably will never be back together ever again. Betty is not those people's guardians. That's where they've messed up at in life. They haven't kept a track record of who's taking care of them. They haven't kept a track record on who's the guardian. They haven't kept a record of anything. They're just existing. No social security cards, no IDs, no birth certificates. They don't have doctors. Yeah, I seen that, Twisted. But I'm just going to tell you the truth. There is no guardian over Lorraine, Timmy, or Ray. And that leads to a problem because now the state doesn't have to contact anyone because they were basically guardians over themselves. And just because they lived at Betty's, that doesn't make her a guardian. I'm sorry, it doesn't. When someone is not all there, as I'm going to say, because I hate to say anything else, when someone is not all there, you have to have guardianship over them because it's basically like having a child. It's a person that can't help themselves.
I'm afraid that things are not going to go in Betty's favor as far as the house.
They're not
down there and getting them back. And I know that we've talked about in the past
Kevin,
getting a double wide, figuring out some way to get a double wide and get it put on that other property over there. But the problem with
property
is that it's tied up in air.
That property, bro. It's tied up in a hair. It's tied up in an heirloom, bro. It's tied up in somebody having it already. Fuck that property, bro. Get her a fucking place somewhere else. Why is it so fucking hard? They're hung up on dragging this out, bro. They want to drag it.
I don't know how well that's going to work out. I've said this several times. I offered to give Betty my house so she can have her family back.
Are you going to fix it up?
Everybody hears it.
If you're fixing it up, great.
Make sure that this is
great.
Not turned around to something else.
The problem is she's not the guardian. And now you understand what it's going to take for Betty to become the guardian of all three of those people. It won't happen. It won't happen. It's sad but true, bro. It's so sad but true, Patrick.
Because everybody likes to do that. I said that I would give Betty my house. So I don't know. I don't know about that either. I've also offered that I would give Betty a piece of my property to put something on. That way, nobody can say it's tied up in heirship. Nobody can say you can't put that there. It's just like a fresh start, you know.
You can
So I'm
do
trying to
that
think of
any
a
other
million
property in
things
the world,
to
bro.
do here.
Yep,
And I
you're
would
right.
appreciate,
Jesse.
like, I would appreciate help from everybody out there that does care, because we need a solution, not a problem.
I gave you the fastest solution right there. With all this money that's floating around for the Whitakers, you could buy her a double wide on a piece of property right now. Why are we pussyfooting this? I know why. Because it needs to be drug out.
I know there's people out there that care, and then I know there's people out there that just like drama. And no, Ray
It ain't
didn't
about
die.
the drama, Patrick. It's
Everybody
about
says it
getting to
Ray's
the
died.
truth. It's about getting to the truth, bub. It definitely ain't about the drama over here with me because I don't care to talk about anything else. I don't care to talk to Patrick, any other creator. I don't need to do that. I can judge by what I see every day, man.
No, Ray hasn't died. They've not found Lorraine unresponsive anywhere. I'm gonna touch base on this one more thing, and then
How would they
I'm
know
gonna
if
try
they
to be
never even
friendly to
talked to
y'all
her?
and let y'all ask questions, maybe a couple questions, and see
This guy never says nothing, man.
where we can go.
He gets on his lives and never
You know, I
says
have a lot of people
nothing,
attacking
man.
me because of this right here, because everything that's went down and the way that things have ended up. I can say that I'm furious about it, and I could act out on it, but I'm not going to. When this all started out, there was no chaos, zero chaos. Everybody in America, people in Canada, in the UK, everybody seen something different from the Whitakers. They went from sitting on the porch all the time to getting out, getting their nails done, Timmy riding jet skis, shooting machine guns, going fishing.
But those were, never mind. I'll let the next guy talk.
Having new
He says it
clothes.
real well.
You know, everybody complains about Timmy having new clothes. What's wrong with Timmy having new clothes? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. He deserves that, and he deserves a lot more.
It was only done when you did it on camera, though.
And
You
I know a
only
lot of
got him
people
new
on
clothes
here
when you filmed
I
him.
know a lot of people were pissed, and because they donated money through a YouTube channel that they thought was going to benefit the Whitakers. I'm sorry that happened. I wish I could give you.
So you're telling me, and you're telling everybody else that Eric Carroll has now taken all the money and bolted. Eric, you need to get up on the internet, sir, or you will go to jail. You need to get up on the internet, sir, Mr. Dad Talk. Where are you at? Running with all these people's money? Oh, I hope not.
I wish I could give you comfort, but I can't, because I'm pissed about it too. This person took a family that was happy, and they had the world promised to them, and then just one day it was ripped out from underneath them. That's not fair. That's not fair. I'll take a couple questions now. So, we'll be positive about this.
Wow, man. Yes, the West Virginia State Police do have an investigation open about money that was donated to people during this whole process. So the West Virginia State Police have a case open right now. And the next guy I bring up here, this is Patrick, the guy that was creating all this from the start.
You're right, Lynn Lee Lines. The video about $5,000 for a bluegrass band. Yep. Robbie Lamb, I did Copenhagen long cut winner.
Great answer question, bud. Great.
You're right, Angela Settles. I do love the Whitakers.
I don't believe he has a part in them losing each other. I mean, being taken away. I really don't think Patrick did have a part in that. Patrick lived down the road from these people. So he may have had a connection with Timmy and shit, but he's seen the dollar end on it. He did. He's seen the dollar end on it.
There's allegations of abuse, but there's no evidence of abuse.
Man, if somebody was hitting those poor people, you need to burn in hell. That's what I'm going to say. Somebody hitting those poor people, you need to burn in hell. You do.
I took Betty last week over to talk to APS, and they wouldn't allow her to talk to him.
Wow. Wow. APS. He just said that he took Betty to Adult Protective Services to talk to him, and they wouldn't even talk to her. That's a cold shot, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Miss Jaggy. That's a cold shot. I'm telling you, man, it's not looking good, man. And I'm not going to string you along and act like there's going to be some beautiful ending at this, because I see it being dragged out is what I see right now.
So they've been called.
That's cold, man. See, Betty has no guardianship, y'all. She don't have no power over those people.
I've heard nothing of an
She probably can't even prove that she's family, y'all. She probably wouldn't even be able to prove that she's who she is to them. Think about it. They got nothing. Hello, James. They got nothing.
Investigating. I know that I'm part of that investigation.
Yeah, you are.
But if they do their job right, they'll find out what happened.
I wouldn't want no part of that investigation. There's a law out there, boy.
Just reading through the comments here, trying to
see. I'm like a star report on this. I'm with the objective perspective, dude.
You're right, Toby Snook. I'm getting thrown under the bus.
Open here.
I get on here this evening just so I can be everybody's target.
We ain't fucking targeting you, Patrick. We just want real solid answers, bro. That's it. And you're really not giving us much. You're really seeming like you're stringing this out. You did kind of there. Betty not being able to talk to APS at all is telling, dude.
There's all kinds of fake accounts out here.
Not any with check marks, though.
Yesterday I counted and there was 14 of me.
There are not any with any blue check marks. I covered that. I went on Facebook, looked up all of Patrick Rourke's accounts, and none of them had a check mark but this one. So that means that the message that was asking for a PS5 and everything had a blue check mark in it. So guess what? That was him, y'all. He's bullshitting. I'm telling you facts. Go on Facebook and look up all of the Patrick Rourke's. There is no check mark there. Okay? Go to his. He's got the verified check mark. Go to that message that's been posted everywhere where he's asking for a PS5 and money, and there's a blue check mark next to it, y'all. It's simple investigation. It's simple. The blue check mark, a lot of times through Meta and all that, is so that no one can do this to you. They know exactly who you are, bro. I did check it out, Tennessee. I 100% did. Right after I watched this shit.
So, and I can't help that. So if
What's
you
up,
have
AC?
another Patrick talking to you, then I don't know. They didn't arrest BJ for it because you have to have proof of it. You can't say that somebody abused someone and go arrest them just because of what somebody else says. Yes, Melissa, Afia, whatever. Eric has all the money. I don't have any of the Whitakers' money. Ryan Birds. I don't know if Betty loves me like a son or not, but I give her a hard way to go, but she gives it all back. And you're right, Toby. As long as I do right, ain't nobody got nothing on me.
You cannot buy a blue check mark for $4.99, bro. No, you can't. On Twitter, they're like $50 or some shit. You can't just buy one for $4.99. Definitely, somebody on my comment section said it for YouTube, and that's a damn lie. You can't buy it. You can't buy a verified mark on YouTube. It's not. They just won't do it. There's no place to buy it. What are we talking about? Like, creators can't become verified on here. You got to be a musician most of the time. Like podcasters and shit, they get it. Like big podcasters, like fucking Shannon Sharp and all them, they get it. Ryan Upchurch is verified, you know what I mean? Because they know who these people are. That's what being verified is, so you can't be fucking scammed. No, you can't.
A lot of
That's
people
crazy,
don't know this,
bro.
and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Whenever it comes to the whole BJ deal and the abuse, it became a charged situation.
Yep, I agree. Eric prompted that shit, bro.
Verbally charged.
Eric prompted that
so
shit.
The person in question here, the other person, like everything that was said and everything that was done, he verbally charged that to hyping that up for it to get to this point, to where we are.
I agree. Okay. I totally agree to that, Patrick.
If you notice, a lot of people should notice this. If you go back.
Let me say this too. I hope this guy changes my mind. Because my mind's up. Like, I'm not set on anything here. I'm like, I just want the Whitakers to be happy. That's all. But I doubt, I'm going to be honest with my viewers. If you come into this fucking channel, you're probably going to talk with people that probably don't think they're going to be back together again. If Betty can't even talk to the Adult Protective Services, you got to put 2 and 2 together here, bro. She never had guardianship. She never had power of attorney. She can't even prove that she's probably even related to him. Look, they don't have no birth certificates, no social security cards, no IDs. They're just surviving.
If you go back to the 22nd,
but I think Patrick
August,
didn't have anything to do
whenever I
with
broke
getting
my
broke
leg.
up.
If you go from there back, watch everything, you'll see how normal it is. If you'll go forward from the 22nd of August, to now, yeah, you'll see a lot of
So
things
he's
that
throwing
took
Eric
place
under the bus.
that
But
you don't
Eric
have to
hasn't
take
said
anybody's
anything.
word for it. You can look for yourself. You know, you look for yourself, and you can see facts.
It is sad. It's a sad situation for sure. This is why you should get all documents, get things
Yeah, I'm on live. This ain't fake.
in proof, y'all. Get things proof of who we are. Like, take care of your people, bro.
Lori Schroeder, just like I said, I've offered Betty that she can have my house. I've said that at least 10 times already. I've offered to cut out a piece of my land. I have land that's flat. I've offered that. She can have a piece of my land.
You think so? You think he was smart enough to lawyer up? He made a lot of money on that YouTube page for sure.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about AI. Trying to read through these comments. They're coming in through here like really fast, so I'm trying to get to them all.
Yeah, but at least Betty would have been able to say, hey, I have power of attorney over them. You know what I mean? They would have somebody to contact for guardianship. She don't even have guardianship of these people. So they're definitely not going to let her go back to her. She can't take care of them 3 people. And you keep
Bobby Swells, yes, my house does need work, but I don't think that.
But what?
I don't think that should bear anything on the situation at hand. You know,
You want? We are in the 21st century, buddy. We are in 2025. Adult protective services aren't going to allow people to come home to another place that doesn't have any walls or insulation in it. Are you stupid? Looks like you better get to work on that house.
And, I know where my
Why are we
heart's at.
fairy telling this shit, bro? When you could literally make. Oh man, it's all fairy tale, bro.
So, I wish some people.
It's all fairy tale.
I have not talked to Eric, none. I've sent him text messages. He's read them. He doesn't respond back.
Damn.
Martha Shaver, Betty does have a choice where she can live. She does have that choice. She can live anywhere she wants to.
They should take Betty and put her
Thank
with
you,
her.
Jackie Biggs.
Put her with them. They should take Betty and put her with them. Why did they do that? They should have took Betty too and let Larry and DJ all defend for themselves.
That said they'd like to come up and help Betty.
Listen to this.
That's fine. That's fine. But I will tell you this, because this pisses me off. If you come up to Betty's house, you're going to sign a piece of paper. And if you go back home and you decide that you're going to type something on here and you're going to put nasty stuff on here about Betty and about her house, I promise you that I'll blast you in front of 300,000 people. I'll put you on here just so people can see what kind of person you are.
Yeah, I don't think you should go there and like.
No, I don't have
them
access to the Whitaker page, as I've told people that the only person that has access to the Whitaker page is Eric Carroll. Last name with 2 L's. I'm sorry that I spelt his last name wrong earlier.
And I'll say this too, Eric Carroll's ex-wife, or I don't know if it was his wife or not, but his baby's mother that he was constantly talking about on his dad talk show, blasting him all over Facebook, bro. Blasting him. Tearing his ass up. He's a fraud, bro. Talking about he couldn't see his baby and shit. And she's saying complete opposite, bro. Like, nah, you had every opportunity in the world. So, like, man, oh man. Mishandled again, dude. Only this time it
whatever you
cost
people do,
Whitaker.
if you see anything that has BJ asking for money, don't do that, because I can promise you it's not going to Betty, and you know it's not either. You're right,
Send any of these people money, guys. Don't send any of them money. Don't send any of them money. Yeah, that's where it's all going down at on Facebook. Like, there's like pages. I'll show you this guy's. I'm gonna show you after this video. I ran into a guy's page, and he's speaking some truth, man. And he's from down there.
If Betty wants to, Aaron Wilson, at some point next week or this week, if Betty feels like that she wants to be in a live, I'll ask her. If she wants to be, she can be. If she doesn't want to be, I'm not going to make her. So
I'll get all the info though, Twisted. I'll bring
John
it to
Morris,
you.
there's a lot of people that's against me. And I guess they're against me because I live in West Virginia and they think that I'm the one that made all this bad stuff happen to the Whitakers.
I don't believe you.
I know
did
what
that.
it was like whenever me and Timmy first started hanging out and having a good time. I mean, me and Timmy had a blast. A blast. Yeah, I hope everything gets better also. I mean, that's all that we can hope for. And, you know, I guess people pray about it every day.
Good job, bro.
I see a lot of comments, a lot of people talking bad about it. I don't care. It doesn't
That's
bother
the
me.
attitude to have.
Like I said a long time ago, if you're talking about me, you're leaving somebody else alone.
They just hate. Yeah, they're easily coached. That's the problem. They're easily coached. They're easily misled. And they were led right into some bullshit, man. They were. Again, I ain't saying that Mark was bullshit, but like the things that happened after Mark, like that
Thanks
Tyler
everybody that
kid.
came in to watch for a few minutes. I guess
Tyler came in there and bullshitted him. There was a
almost
few
done
more
off here,
creators that
and
bullshitted the Whitakers.
I might do another live.
I like how Patrick, I'm going to be honest, I don't think Patrick had anything to do with them being split up. I like how Patrick was bringing nice things with Timmy. But, like, you'll see.
I don't know when it's going to be because I don't feel like that I need to be on lives for 3 hours to get my point across. So if it's something good and it's something positive for the family,
he does live like that,
I can help do.
He does live like that.
Yep. I sure will. I'll get on here and do a live. But I'm not going to keep on getting on here going live so everybody else can go live on me. Anyways, everybody have a good evening.
All right. So that was Patrick. So now I'm going to bring you a gentleman. He's on Facebook as well, and he's got a page. Let me get it right. That way you guys can follow it if you're on Facebook. He's got a page, and the page is named The Whitakers. Who can they trust? And he don't trust none of them. He don't trust nothing. And let me tell you something, dude. This dude hits on some serious points, man. And I'm like, damn, he takes the words right out of my mouth, man. And he's serious about it. Let's go, man.
Hey everybody, so here is the video that you guys have been waiting for. This is about the third or fourth time that I've filmed this, so we've been having some technical difficulties.
It kicked me out again. Oh, they're getting me. They're reporting me. They kicked me out again.
And stage content.
Here we go. Okay, hold on.
I don't want to be checking you guys have been waiting for. This is about the third or fourth time that I've filmed this, so we've been having some technical difficulties tonight. I've went over some stuff, and then I've had to backtrack and do a little bit of fact checking and all that. So tonight I want to do deception, lies, and stage content. And
I bet he.
I don't want to be a 15-20 minute long video. I know it's probably going to go into the 10 or 15 minute range. So you guys get your popcorn, go get your coffee, get your drink. You may be watching this in the morning. You may be watching this tonight. It's probably going to be midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning before I get done with all this and getting the loaded and everything, because it takes 3 or 4 takes in order to do this, mainly because I go back to looking at my tablet here and I'm like, oh, I forgot that. And I want to stay engaged with you instead of looking down at a tablet. So I've got some issues, and I've noticed some things watching these videos of the Whitakers over the last several months, and I want to bring them to your attention. Some of these things I may be wrong about.
Hit that like button for me, y'all.
You guys go and look at those for yourself and see for yourself.
What's up, Blaze?
Come back and let me know. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I'm wrong. Strictly just trying to bring some awareness to the situation, because I completely feel like that, you know, even me as a viewer and a local, we've been duped. So
We've been
first
duped.
and foremost, Patrick, thank you for blocking me. That was really awesome. I mean, like, come on, dude. Like, what's up with that? Like, how are you gonna block somebody? Like, I still can look at your stuff from 2 or 3 different other pages and groups. I mean, it's like, do you feel better? Because, I mean, anyway.
Let's go, yo.
Patrick got on his live the other night and he said, you know what? I've only got one page, access to one page. We've been lied to there. We've been deceived because he has access to multiple pages.
I said that.
He's been commenting as the author, or commenting as the person in control of a couple other pages. And that I kind of got beat to the draw on this evening, because a few other creators got on here and talked about that. They put some screenshots up. That was one of the big things that I was going to mention tonight. But since, you know, we've been having technical difficulties, I've had to film this 3 or 4 times. It's probably already been talked about and spun all over the internet that he's obviously got the like facts, details, and whatever, that other page that he started, and then he's got the one with the cameo, and then he has the one with the fun facts and something. You'll have to check it for yourself, but
That's 3.
And then when him and Eric were working together, I
Patrick
feel like
worked.
that, you know, they shared passwords and usernames, you know, so he had to have had access to other pages. So
Shout out to my girl, Lucky Strike. Phoenix Blaze in the chat for hitting the Cash App. She said, been missing y'all. Amazing creator. Thank you, Miss Blaze. I appreciate you. You already know, darling.
let's get into the lies and the staged content. If you guys go back and look, I have been told by someone directly involved that, or the word came through someone directly involved, that the hearing aids that they got for Timmy, if you guys remember the big video of, you know, him getting hearing aids.
So if anybody doesn't know, they did a video. They highlighted that they got Timmy some hearing aids.
That was completely staged. Those hearing aids didn't work. They weren't made for Timmy. They didn't, you know, they didn't help.
That's sad, bro. That's sad. Because when you think about it, the hearing aids have to be made for you. right? He didn't go to no doctor. He didn't go to the hearing doctor. They bought him some Dollar General hearing aids and went like, "Yay, Timmy, we got you some hearing aids." Sad.
Him, okay, it was just for views. It was strictly, let's do this. It'll break everybody's heart. It'll get the whole entire world involved, and that'll seal the deal. So the hearing aid thing was stage content. He's been fishing with Patrick a few times, and Patrick's been teaching him, hey, let's go fish bass, let's go fish catfish. And if you guys notice in the fishing videos, I feel like that those were staged, because it was like, yeah, Timmy's not capable of physically casting a reel or a rod and then, getting a fish and reeling it in. I mean, yeah, he reeled him in and stuff like that, but that was like, it was set up and it was staged and it was planned, because that's like, oh man, like every little young boy gets taken fishing by his daddy, and they take him hunting, they take him fishing, they teach him to ride a bike, they teach him to drive a tractor. And so that's what all of this was. This was Patrick staging content to warm over the viewers. It wasn't like they just, oh, let's go fishing today, and while we're here, we're going to film some content. It was planned and it was methodically thought out. And I mean, dude, yeah, I give it to you, man. You're good, dude. Like, you smart, like you figured all that stuff out on your own. That's pretty cool. So it's
This is a local. This guy is in Odd, West Virginia. He lives there. He's a local.
The public he took him fishing. He taught him how to fish. He's never been fishing before. And so, there was a bunch of cuts in there and all that, whether he caught the fish himself or not, reeled it in, I'm not sure, but it was staged to the degree of like, we're going to take him fishing to warm everyone over. And then it was like, we're going to take him and shoot a machine gun, a fully automatic machine gun. Now, I've got questions about that, because it's like, he looked like he was afraid of that machine gun and he wanted to run away from it. Of course it was loud and scary, but you're shooting a fully automatic machine gun with a guy who is, 6 or 7 in his mind. I mean, and what's with the fully auto thing? Like pre-86, post-86, ATF tax stamp. Like,
yeah.
Why would you film a fully automatic machine gun? Are you an FFL? Are you a dealer? If you're not, like, those things are like $20,000, $30,000 for regular civilians to own a pre-86 Colt M16. And you're out there all rigged up with, the flat top Picatinny rail.
He was
dual mags. And I mean, like, okay, you used to be a deputy, but you ain't no more. So who armored that thing in or out? You know what I mean? Like, there's questions there. I mean, I've got questions. So
this dude knows his shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro, these people are smarter. You can't pull wool over everybody's eyes. You just can't. And this is not even being about a troll or anything like that. These are just odd truths, bro. I mean, it's odd truth, man. Like, these people have been exploited again. And Mark laid the blueprint. Somebody in the chat said that earlier. Kudos to you. Mark laid the blueprint on how they can be exploited. The Whitakers don't know anything, y'all. They can be told to do something, and they're going to do it. They're going to do it, man. Everybody knows that.
But just take him to shoot a 22 or something, you know what I mean? But a freaking fully automatic machine gun, and then the way he freaked out about that, staged. The doctor's visit, the very first doctor's visit with Ray, I feel like that was staged, because there was nobody in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was empty, bro. Nobody in the parking lot at the doctor's office. When have you ever seen that?
They put him in the truck, and if you notice, Eric's like, it's on Eric's page. It's not on Patrick's page. It's on Eric's, because he's like, here, come here. Get the camera. Bring it around here and film. Be sure and get this angle. Get this shot. Like, this is all content. Like, let's get this shot. And I have a question. How does a doctor
I heard that too.
West Virginia see a patient with no social security card, no ID, no date of birth, no legal documentation any whatsoever? I mean, can you just walk anybody into a doctor's office and be like, this guy's name's Bob Smith, and he's got some knee problems, and I'm gonna pay $250 for the visit, write him some prescriptions. There's questions about that, you know. Then you go out and just completely violate all of like the HIPAA laws and rules and tell 1.8 million viewers what his diagnosis and prognosis and all that was from the doctor. And then you're like, oh, we're going to get him into another doctor, and we're going to go to an orthopedic, and we're going to, you know. And then you talked about you named off the doctor's office, but you didn't plug the doctor or nothing. So I'm just confused. It looks like they were closed. It looks like maybe it was staged. But I'm 46 years old, and if my health insurance lapse for some reason and I don't have it for 10 minutes or a week or whatever,
10 minutes. 10 minutes. You ain't going to the doctor. That's what it is. What's up, Lee? Lee. 10 minutes and you're not going to the doctor. He's dead honest. He's being dead serious.
I play hell going to the doctor and getting anything done. You go to a pharmacy and you try to fill a prescription, name, date of birth, ID, address. I mean, you got to have all that. And I mean, you know, and then you're paying astronomical amounts of money if you don't have insurance, you know. And when your insurance is good, it's like, you know, you got a $5 copay or whatever. But I have like I want you guys to question this. Like, I've been questioning this. I want to bring this awareness to you. And I want to let you know that there's other people out here that question this stuff. Like, you know, what's up with the automatic machine gun? What's up with the doctor's office and the doctor's visits? What's up with the hearing aids telling people that those were fake and they didn't work and all that? What's up with going to Boot Barn and, you know, we're going to go buy Timmy some boots and clothes, but whose ass is in the background over there with their butt crack hanging out, changing jeans and boots and all that, buckle and going to Victoria's Secret and going to Seven Brew and, hey, this is Timmy Whitaker back here. You guys know you want your picture taken with him. We're going to plug your business. And, you know, it's like all of this stuff was set up and staged and it was like all pre-planned. Okay. Now, if you're just going to just go like vlog hanging out with the Whitakers, like Mark did, taking them to Walmart, we just went to Walmart and they vlogged it. But you staged so much of this stuff to like systematically warm over the hearts of all the people watching this stuff to gain the views and to gain the notoriety and then to get everybody all warmed and tuned up so that way you can start yanking in those donations. You know, it's like people are willing to empty their freaking bank accounts for you guys.
They were
like,
too, bro.
To fish,
they had a lot of fucking support, bro. They could have built a house they could have bought a brand new home being built and it been done in 8 to 10 months. But they, for some reason, have sold these people a dream that there's going to be a house on that property and then one across the street. And it's just a dream. It doesn't belong to them. So like, I feel like they've been trying to drag these people along forever. Mark's the one that wanted to get him a house because he knew how bad that one was. And Mark was doing it. And Mark did it the right way. He kept receipts for every wire transfer that he sent Betty. That was the right way to do it.
Big sister deal. And then he taught him to shoot a machine gun. And then he got him some hearing aids so he doesn't have to say huh all the time. And you know, we took Ray to the doctor once, twice, got some stuff to spray on his knee, a can of anti-inflammatory. I don't even know. And every time you guys rolled down there to go see Timmy, to get Timmy up off that porch to go film content, you sprayed Ray's knees and then you hugged Betty and gave her a little 100 on the low, and then took Lorraine a bag of chips, and you know, you gave Larry 100 on the low so he could give it to BJ.
Damn,
it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing that 280,000 people are following that page, and that, you know, a grand total of about 30 million views on videos.
That's a lot of cash, bro. That's a lot of money.
$60,000 a month off of social media platforms. staging content with handicapped people in West Virginia in my backyard and talking about pissed off. I'm pissed off.
You go, boss. You go, boss.
So, you know, I see these people commenting and they're like, I think this guy might know what he's talking about. He's a local. He's got inside information and you know, this guy seems believable. Hey, I appreciate that. Good on you. If you don't believe me, I don't give a okay? Because here's the deal. See for yourself. And if
What's up,
you're
Connie?
that
Hello.
blinded, then you know, obviously we know like how you really
Welcome everybody in the chat, man. I see we have 77 people in here. Please hit that subscribe button while you're here. Hit the like button. Come join us in the chat. We're open for anybody to say anything they want. Nothing gets blocked over here. We ain't that way.
move around in life, you know. So just think about it, guys.
You're
This
allowed to have your own
investigation
opinion, either it's good or
that's
bad. We
going on
don't
right
care.
now is for money that he did not give to the Whitakers.
That's the investigation.
So if you
Listen to that.
ask for money for somebody and you're using them as the context for the money and you don't give them the money, there's a fraud element there. Okay.
Fraud.
That's deception. The victim is the people that you got the money from off of the internet and the people that you were asking for the money for. So
Victims.
you got a two-part element there. Okay. So the victim of the person you took the money from and the victim of the person you were asking for the money for, and you're still hanging out with the people that you were asking the money for that didn't get the money, and you're still being followed and watched and loved and praised and viewed by the people who gave you the money. But the state police is investigating it. Knock, knock. Is anybody home?
You go, dog.
What?
Speak that truth, man. Speak that truth.
I would love to talk to BJ just for the fact that I would like to find out from someone down there who has a little bit of mouth game and can communicate verbally effectively and tell me.
Yeah, Mark did right. Mark did
What's
right,
really
man.
going on, even though she's not credible.
Mark was the only one that actually tried for these people. Mark almost had it. He said it. We were almost there, y'all. He said we were almost there. And they just kept asking Mark for money out of it. He said, yeah, Eric and Patrick are in a whole heap of trouble, possibly. I think so too. The way this guy breaks it down, bro, you're taking the handicapped that don't even know what you're doing with these videos, don't know why you're videoing them, can't possibly even tell you what they're even doing at that time half the time, right? And then you're using them for money that you're saying to one of them that you're going to give, and then like you're not giving them the money because where is it going? I mean, I guess I could say, well, where'd the money from Mark go? We've seen what happened with that. But damn, yo. It's so sad, bro, because Mark just kind of highlighted how everybody could exploit the Whitakers, and it seemed like everybody after Mark did that. The Tyler dude tried to call Mark out, go down there and use the Whitakers to try to make Mark look bad. Totally backfired on him, but everybody after Mark just seemed to go down there for all the wrong reasons. Everybody should just left them people alone, man, when they seen how they did Mark. It was a collective that did that to Mark there. It was the family. It wasn't the ones that that can't speak to you or nothing, but every one of them that could speak, talk, or understand you were in on taking that money from Mark.
And she's not believable, and she
100%.
issues, and she's, you know, in the light of everyone, and including me, she's a culprit. Do I want to talk to Patrick? No, because I've heard everything I need to hear from Patrick on watching his BS lives.
Me too.
and watching these videos where he staged all this content. He rubbing Timmy's back with no shirt on, two dudes laying in the bed with no clothes on, just a pair of shorts, and rubbing Timmy's back, you know, being his big brother, maybe punking him, maybe. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's a little different. You know, you got people that have questions. So
I think that's fair to have
I feel
questions,
like
man.
that you were like Debo and Timmy and forcing him to play actor in all this content.
I do too.
And, you know, there's days he didn't want to, and days he didn't feel good, and days that, you know, he did want to do something, but he didn't want to turn and do just whatever and say cheese for the camera. This kid thought that he was living the craziest, best life he's ever lived. He's been on that porch for 40 some years. And then all of a sudden, here comes this guy, shows up, and he's taking him to all these wonderful places, riding jet skis. And I mean, it was like the kid won the Powerball, you know, and living the dream of everybody, you know, like we're all sitting here watching this and we're like, holy shit. Like, you got,
I wouldn't go down there and bother them people, Daryl. I wouldn't. I don't think I could, man.
guys are living like y'all hit the damn Mega Millions down there or something, you know, like we got to work. You know, we're working. We're over here doing shit 9 to 5. And you guys are riding jet skis, shooting machine guns, going and fishing, kicking back. You know, you got the screened in porch with the
That's very true.
birds singing in the morning, watching cartoons, kick back, laying in the bed till 9 or 10 o'clock. You were doing that way before you started filming the Whitakers, ever since you know, quit driving a truck for that company that, you know, whatever happened with your truck driving job there.
Damn, boy. Damn, son. Not a local calling Patrick out. Whatever happened to that old damn?
Your mom bought you that house and put it in your name, you know.
Mm.
You know about that too. So man,
there's nothing wrong.
I don't want to drag this out for 20 minutes, guys, but I feel like the fishing stuff was staged. I feel like, you know, yeah, maybe he was reeling, maybe he was fishing, maybe he was keeping his tip up, but staged up. Hearing aids, staged up. Doctor's visit, first one with Ray, staged up. Then there was no more doctor visits. Lorraine didn't go to the doctor. Betty didn't go to the doctor. You know, Kenny and Larry didn't go to the doctor. I didn't see you taking Timmy to the doctor. Timmy's got some issues too. You know, I think that everybody in that family needs a doctor's visit. No
Absolutely.
IDs, no Social Security cards, no birth certificates, no Medicaid, no Medicare. Is just one of them getting a check? Are they all getting a check? Is like, you know, 5 people getting a check down there and it's all going to some, you know, who's getting the checks? Who's getting the food stamps? You know, the state's been involved before to a degree, but now they're really involved because they're like, oh.
Because I think he was making money off that page far beyond than what he was saying, Lily. I think Patrick was good.
Shit, we got to really do something.
He's been going all right for a minute.
So, you know, this
What's up,
whole
Primo?
situation, I want to see the Whitakers back together. I want to see them come home. I want to see Timmy and Lorraine and Ray and Betty and Larry and Kenny and all of them back on the porch, whether it's the porch of the assisted living facility or the porch of, you know, their house, you know, down in Tommy Creek.
Absolutely, okay, guys.
But I don't think it's going to happen by just cleaning Betty's house. There's a lot of other things to that element that needs to happen. And when the person who defrauded the public and the people who he's hanging out with is still hanging around and making videos and having, you know, something to do with all this, I think that's probably, you know, one of the reasons why the state police and the state and adult protective services and all that's not really like being your best friend to try to help you guys out and let Betty come and see him, because she facilitated BJ coming back by having that DVP dropped and all that stuff and going to Beckley with Brandon. And, you know, just, I mean, there's just so much I could sit here and talk to this screen for a freaking hour and bore you guys to 3 bags of popcorn, lose all the viewers, and everybody's going to be like, this guy is on that. You know I mean?
I love it. He's funnier than fuck, bro.
He's not making sense anymore.
He's so true, though.
The guy
so true.
That came in here that was at the hotel up on Harper Road, you could tell where he was located because he had that. There's only one hotel that has a freaking white brick wall.
He's talking about that Watson dude.
Shades and curtains. He's up there. I got evidence that Timmy's being beat up at the facility that he's at. Now y'all stay tuned. But I made a mistake and loaded the wrong video because I took a pain pill. Get the
I love love it. I love it. I love it. This motherfucker's spitting over on Facebook, y'all. I love it. Get down, dog. Get down. I love it. Represent West Virginia,
the
man.
fuck out of here, bro. Come on, man. And you guys bought that.
No, this is not Eric or Patrick. This is a guy that lives in the same town. And he doesn't believe Eric or Patrick did the right thing either. He's just looking for he called the Watson dude out.
Y'all bought it. Not everybody, but come on. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Comment, please. I encourage the engagement because I want.
He's got a good fucking
you guys
channel.
are telling me to get the hell out of here. What are you doing? You don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. I thought. Okay, I'm trying to bring awareness to the forefront here because there's a lot of people that need the push in that direction to check it out. You know what I mean? Pay attention. I listen to things. Let me give you a prime example of what I listen to. Patrick talked about, oh, I'm a freaking hygiene freak. Everything's clean around here. Nothing's dirty. I'm not a slob. I'm not messy. Wear the same shirt for 3 days in a row.
He did. He was on live 3 days in a row.
Trashed an Airbnb, according to Eric. That was third-party information, but he's like, trashed it. Dude's like, oh, I didn't trash nothing. I'm running around on one leg. You got arms and a mouth. The dude said you smashed that place. Dogs pooped everywhere and all that trash all in the floor. But did you guys remember the video when Betty got in the truck when he was like, come on, get in the truck, get in the truck?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
Let me.
How you doing, Joker? Shout out to West Virginia, man.
You know, my bullshit.
Shout out to West Virginia.
When she opened up the door, you could hear half the damn trash and dude's floorboard rolling out into the damn parking lot. And when she got in and shut the door of the truck, you could hear her feet crunching around on spit bottles and McDonald's bags or whatever they were. Subway, I'm not sure. Godfather's pizza boxes.
Damn.
You could hear the trash and underneath her feet.
What's up, Daniel?
So that tells me that your truck's trashed. All the videos I've seen of your truck, muddy, nasty, shit all in the bed. You ain't tire shining and washing and waxing that stuff. I mean, and it's like, I'm not trying to throw off, but like,
I mean, he's restroom.
You acted like
Fire, bro.
Perfect
Fire him up.
and clean freak, and it don't look like it. It looks like we're being deceived. It looks like we're being lied to. Like, no, I'm a clean freak, but no, my shit's all trashed. My shit ain't trashed. I'm a clean freak. Okay, but come on, guys. I want to hear what you have to say. I don't care if you're negative or not. It don't hurt my feelings. My eye still has a stopped up tear duct and it's burning. And I still have a headache from thinking about all this today and trying to get this awareness video loaded. And this is the freaking 4th or 5th 20-minute video that I've made. And so you think, what is that, a couple hours? And then by the time you back it up and edit it and recolor it and then wait 20 minutes to load it on Facebook, it's, And if I was making money, I wouldn't be complaining. Everybody's like, you're making money. You're making money. So what? So what? Why does everybody hate when people make money on social media? Do you know there's people out there that make millions of dollars a year on social media because you watch their crap? Like that Ginger Billy dude that's got like 10 million viewers. That dude's making $2-3 million a year just on you watching, not to mention all the other SEOs that he's got going on. So if I make $50 off this video, guess what? I'll buy me another polo shirt.
There you go, bro. Tell them, bro.
You feel me?
Tell them. I hate what I be hearing from these people, dude. Oh, you're making money off the Whitakers. Or you're making money off the Whitakers. Homie, I've been doing content creation for almost 4 years now. I don't need the Whitakers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is nothing new. I'm covering this because this is sad. This is a scandal. This is another problem. And this is very odd to be happening. And I do those things. It says, I know several families like the Whitakers. No one is coming to their rescue because they can't profit off of the other families. Pure and simple. Damn. Damn. You think Patrick a pillhead? This dude's spitting, man. I mean,
let's do it. Let's comment. Let's get engaged. I want to know what you guys think about staged content, because if you go back and look at all that stuff, it was all staged and planned. And Timmy was just like, okay, he ain't worried about no camera in his face. He's having a blast.
Yeah.
But what pisses me off is when Eric was like, hey, stand here and let's film you. And Patrick was like, hey, stand here and let's film you. And, you know, be right here and do this. And do you understand? Shake your head. Yeah. Because we're getting ready to hit the record button. It's in there, man. You just got to pay
They
attention.
should have been left alone. I agree,
So you
man.
guys have-
I agree. I agree. I'm totally in agreement with this. That's why I said I would have never went down there and bothered them people. For one, I'm not that kind of person anyways. I don't really like to dive into people's personal lives and things like that. I really don't give a damn, you know, to be totally honest. I care about these Whitaker family because they have nobody else that cares. You know what I mean? I don't have like a care to where it's all parasocial like some of these people. I mean, there's some real parasocial people about this, but it ain't like that. I care from like a general point of my heart being pure is like, I care for people that can't speak for themselves and that are being done dirty. If they would have been really given a home with all the money that's been made off of them, good Lord, y'all. Patrick thinks he's slick. Eric needs to make an appearance unless somebody's told him not to. And he could have been told by a lawyer not to get on YouTube. Yeah, Mark got out, man. He gave up everything. I'm glad to see they got the house clean for Betty's sake. Absolutely. She'd be next to go into state custody. APS is very different and not about reuniting the adult family members. Yeah. Good comment. I don't think it's going to end in a very happy situation. Well, this guy's made another video, so let's check it on out, man. This one's fire too. This one really hits to a point, man, because he's collecting $40,000 a month on the Whitaker channel. You might be right about that too. You could be right about that. Oh, he's definitely collecting money on it. It's made money already now. He's already got a check from it.
Hey, everybody out there in Facebook land. So here is the video that you have all been waiting for. This one right here is the beans and the cornbread that I was telling you guys about in the very beginning. I'm going to load it. It's coming. You guys stick around, stay tuned. Well, you've waited, you've viewed, you've commented. So here's your video. I've been holding this back for the last 4 days. It's been driving me crazy. I wanted to bring it to the forefront from the very beginning, and I wasn't able to because I needed to get some traction. And that traction was the 118,000 views that I have on these videos that I've been talking about this situation. And now we're there. We got the traction. It ain't about the money, folks. This video right here, you're going to want to go get your popcorn. You're going to want to go get your drink, whatever you need, because it's going to be about 5 minutes. I'm going to lay out some things, and you guys are going to be you're going to be questioning a lot.
Once you get the adult services in with something like this, yeah.
A lot of things once you finish this video. So here you go.
They on you,
tonight,
G2s.
What we're going to talk about
They on you,
is the
GS2.
exploitation of incapacitated adults. In the United States,
Listen
it
to
is
this.
illegal to
Listen to this, bro. He breaks it down.
questioning a lot of things once you finish this video. So here you go. So tonight, what we're going to talk about is the exploitation of incapacitated adults.
Damn.
In the United States, it is illegal to exploit and video a incapacitated adult for the purposes of filming their disabilities that leads to profit and financial gain for the filmmaker without written consent from the incapacitated adult or their legal parent, guardianship, whoever caretaker that has that over them. Okay. So I strongly and firmly believe, and so do a lot of other people that I've talked about with this over the last couple of days privately, that Betty Whitaker does not have legal guardianship over Timmy and Ray and Lorraine.
Have I not been saying that, chat? Have I not been saying that? Ever since they got taken away, that's the first thing I said. was it's going to be hard for Betty to get them because she doesn't have legal guardianship from the jump. She's not their caretaker from the jump. She's not their parent. I don't think a parent can even do it. I mean, you really have to have guardianship over that adult. An adult's a whole different thing, man.
If she does, good on her. But Betty Whitaker better have, and so should Patrick, and so should Eric, and so should Mark, a written, signed, notarized document stating that she gives them exclusive written consent to film those individuals and their disabilities. Ray Whitaker has no clue that he has been filmed with a camera and it is put on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and X and all these platforms, and that these people have made millions of dollars off of these videos, and that Patrick and Eric has made whatever, speculated $60,000 to $100,000, asked for donations to build a house and all of that. Now, before I get into this, I'm going to read you guys something.
It's very true. You have no legal paperwork. They just lived. They just existed, guys. Scammers going to scam. That's true. But man, I hope the police do the proper investigation. That's all I hope, because somebody needs to have justice for this. These people were split apart for no reason. They were down there just fine before all these people needed to try to make money off of them. They were down there just fine.
This is the disclaimer, okay? I genuinely feel like that Mark wanted to show the world what's going on down here in Odd, West Virginia, and some of the disabilities that people have in these families. Okay, all right, it's a documentary. Yeah, I genuinely believe, just like Patrick said in his video last night, he just wanted to make them movie stars, and that's it. He didn't care about nothing else. He wanted to make them rich and make them movie stars because he wanted something for them that he didn't have. And I genuinely believe that Eric and these other people that are getting involved had good intentions. And yes, there was money involved. From the beginning, they all said, whoa, we can make a whole bunch of money off of this. We can help them out in the meantime, and everybody's going to get rich and famous off of this, okay? Because it is viral. It is all over the whole entire world. So,
bad news, man.
Okay, great. Good intentions. Money's involved. So, does Betty have guardianship over them? Does Mark have an exclusive signed master agreement with Betty to film them? Does Patrick? Because if you don't, guess what? Too late, because you ain't going to be able to find a notary around here that's going to backdate that shit to 2-3 years ago for Mark or 3 months ago for Patrick and Eric. And if you do, you're opening up a can of worms that you do not want to get involved in. Trust me. The state boys are on this. And when they find out what I'm talking about tonight, I'm sure they're not stupid. I'm not calling out the state police for not knowing this or anybody else. I'm bringing awareness to you guys, to Facebook. If the state police is already doing this, then good on them. So as I was saying, I wanted to get into that real quick. It's illegal. However you want to slice it, it's illegal to film an incapacitated adult who doesn't have the mental capacity or the physical capacity to agree to being filmed for the purpose of exploiting their disability for profit.
There you go. There you go.
I go into this. I'm going to read this. This is straight off of Google AI. This isn't speculation. I'm going to read this straight off of Google AI. I'm going to get into this and I'm going to close it out. The charges can include felonies for exploitation, invasion of privacy, elder abuse, and depending on the jurisdiction, the specific nature of the exploitation can include other charges.
They're in trouble, boys.
File state-specific laws that protect individuals and vulnerable adults from abuse and exploitation in said videos, and they would need to prove that the defendant knowingly used the incapacitated person, their situation, and their handicap and disability for a profit.
Woo! It sounds like everything they did, doesn't it? It sounds like everything that they did. They did all of those things. Every bit of them.
Financial exploitation is a whole nother thing where you go and you try to get a person who's
No, this dude wasn't saying that, Lil Maine. He was saying that because of all the other YouTubers. He's not a YouTuber. This is a guy strictly Facebook.
mentally incapacitated to give them your property or their car.
He lives down there. He's right from Odd, West Virginia.
Them so far, so we're not even going to get into that element of it. There's different amounts of money that, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 to the degree of felonies.
Wow.
There's also civil lawsuits that can be brought by the family and the guardians, the legal guardians and the family of the Whitakers.
Ain't no bring no lawsuits.
Patrick and Eric and Mark and all these other people that have actually used their images and likeness for the profit and for gain.
Wow.
Exploitation of their disabilities, and that there could also be some mental stuff going on there, like some mental abuse. But mostly what I want to focus on tonight is the felony element or the criminal element of film.
This, I don't know. I don't think they're even capable of filing a civil suit. I mean, this is a fucking tricky situation with them not being completely coherent. It really, really is. I don't think I've ever seen something like this as far as into like YouTube scamming. I don't think I've seen anything like this, man. Nothing like this. No, he's not Eric or Patrick. He's coming after
their
them.
Written consent or their guardianship's written consent. Additionally, you have invasion of privacy. An incapacitated person cannot consent to being filmed, especially not for profit purposes. The act of filming them can be an invasion of privacy, and distributing the video without their consent would be a violation by distributing their disability out to the world.
Okay, it might be right.
Telling the world like the ailments that Ray has from the doctor's office is a HIPAA violation. Intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Here, AP.
Court may find that's taken place. And a critical factor here is that in these cases, the victim's lack of capacity to consent to exploitation statutes are designed to protect.
It is, man. It's really tangled.
Sufficient understanding or capacity to make and communicate responsible decisions concerning their persons or property. If a person is incapacitated, they cannot legally agree to participate in being filmed or have their image used for profit, making the actions of the exploiter illegal. So
he's been he's been doing videos, boss. He's been doing videos on the Whitakers. He's been doing them.
Ray, Timmy, and Lorraine have been viewed by millions of people from Patrick Rourke's videos and their disabilities. And yeah, he was going out and buying them clothes and teaching them this and teaching them that and showing them how to fish and shoot machine guns and blah, blah, blah. But he made a whole lot of money. And Timmy, no way he consented. No way Lorraine consented. No way that any of those people consented down there on a written legal document that, yes, you can film me for profit. And I really don't believe that there's a document anywhere that Betty signed saying that you can film my incapacitated.
Yeah, he's fired.
I'm guardianship or caregiver over. And if there is, hey.
Thank you, Twisted Tennessee. I would like to commend the community we have here. We got a lot of great people. Also, if you're a member on this channel, we have a members only Discord that puts you in a Discord with all the members. It also puts you into an IG chat that we have with all the members. So there's two separate chats. The IG chat be bumping. It's where a lot of like-minded individuals hang out, and this is a great community, man. We like to have a lot of fun on the internet. That's what it's here for. I'm usually talking about other stuff and other people and getting to real life situations in there, but I'm taking my time out for the Whitakers, man.
I'll eat my words. But as of now, that's what the state police needs to look into. That's what you guys need to share this video, comment, like it.
That's about what it was,
Show
Joker.
it to your friends and family and ask them their opinions. Who has guardianship over the Whitakers? Where's the document We want to see the document.
Nobody knows.
Legal document, not backdated, not ex post facto, not retroactive. Right now, that was signed when this shit started.
Hi, Predator.
Who signed the document saying that you can film them for a profit? Because if you don't have that, somebody going to jail.
It's true. You hear that shit? Somebody going to jail, y'all. You better have it or somebody going to jail. He ain't playing. That's what we need more of, bro. People that are going to speak the truth. I'm not going to come on here and say everything's going to be peaches and cream because it ain't for the Whitakers, man. Oh, Terry said something. Just hanging on to see which one runs to Netflix first. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. And you can tell there's something going on because everybody's waits for Patrick to go live, right? Everybody's on Facebook waiting for Patrick to go live. Patrick goes live, he gets a few thousand people in there and doesn't tell you shit. It was very telling today that when Betty went down to the Adult Protective Services, that they wouldn't even speak to her. She's not going to see them or get them back, y'all. She's not. If they're already a ward of the state, I bet Eric's butthole's puckered up. Oh, I agree. Eric should, he's had to have been told by an attorney not to get on there. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I bet he's been told not to get on there. Said, sadly, there's going to be an end with Ray, Lorraine, and Timmy remaining in a home as wards. Patrick's live feeds are straight garbage. Yeah, he don't do anything. He don't answer anything. It's all good, AP. I'm going to be getting off soon anyway. This is a very sad situation. I mean, I'm usually a more fun person, but like this, the whole scandal and stuff like that, it's got to be spoken out, man. Like that man just said it. Who is the guardian for Ray, Lorraine, Timmy? Because Betty can fend for herself, right? Betty didn't get taken away because she's able to coherently talk to you and fend for herself as an adult person. Those three aren't. And they took those three because their guardians, they didn't have a guardian. Betty don't have that paperwork, y'all. That's a sad situation. And if Eric, you did that, shame on you. You should have just left them alone, bro. But then you would have been investigated anyway. The right thing would have been to just get rid of the money. Honestly, get rid of the money, man. What would you do? Go and hand Betty a check for all that bread. That's what I would have done. Yeah, she'd have to go to the courts and all that. She would have to already be the guardian to even think about getting them back. You see what I'm saying? She would already have to be the guardian. So right now, she would have to go to the courts to even try to become their guardian to get them back. And do you think the courts are going to allow Betty to be their guardian? Nope. That's why it didn't happen then. Because she's not even fit to take care of them, y'all. Betty and Larry sold them money. Betty isn't the guardian, though. I don't think she's really the guardian. I don't think Betty is the guardian, though. She doesn't have legal guardianship. They're still adults. All three of them are adult people. You see what I'm saying? No one's ever made them think about getting guardianship or any of that. No, they're not Milky Way. I know what you're saying on the legal side of the film, but she's not their guardian, so she can't just say yeah. People have duped him. That's what it's been. They probably wrote up a Chat GPT contract, had her sign it. That ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly at all. No, that ain't gonna work, Patrick. Betty sold her family for money. I don't. That's sad. They don't have social security numbers, no birth certificates, no IDs. I bet Betty wants her family back. That's all she knows. Betty wants her family back. They must prove to the court they can take care of themselves or have a guardian or caretaker. They can do that too. I've seen that in there. If you have a guardian that can take care of you, but Betty can't. Betty's not in that. She can't take care of her. Hi, T. Her age is enough to disqualify her. I agree. Oh, Betty isn't trustworthy at all. No. But just think how that just shows you how easily they're duped into filming. You see what I'm saying? They probably tricked Betty into lying to Mark. You know what I mean? What's up, Native? Yeah, they probably tricked Betty into lying to Mark. You know there was some trickery going on, or crying to her. And in that same video that Mark, in that same live Mark was there, I seen a video where Betty, Betty said that Lorraine was R-worded, and that's how she got Timmy. What's up, Cuddy? And that's how Timmy was born, from a R word. So these people haven't been done right their whole lives, man. A little part of me is kind of happy that they're in better care. A little part of me is, because they're being better taken care of, at least cleaner, at least more sanitary to themselves, at least having 3 meals a day, probably. Like they just wasn't being taken care of properly, bro. Ray was using the restroom all over himself. Like you can't let that go on. And like, yeah, you can get legal guardianship. Everybody, have a beautiful night. If anything else comes of this, we'll report on it. We'll talk about it. We'll get down to it. I thank you all for being a part of the channel. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you for all the new subscribers. A part of me is feeling better about the care, but exploiting them destroyed the family. I agree. Exposed and manipulated and taken advantage of. It's heavy, isn't it? It's heavy, isn't it? I'll sit for a minute and chit chat with the chat. You guys are talking and shit. I'm gonna talk to the chat for a minute. I like hearing what everyone else says, because a little part of me is kind of happy that like they are getting better care for, like, I don't know, they're getting their medical needs now. They're getting a physicals and blood work and urine screens, and they can find out if anything's happened to any of them. I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say that they're getting better care. I'm just not for families being split apart. I really am not. At all. Except for when there is abuse. Any type of abuse. I'm not for families being split apart. You guys have a beautiful evening, man. I love you guys. Stay tuned. Kick back with us. Come back and see us. Hit the like button on the way out. Smash that subscribe button. ADS.